So, on this part, first of all, I just want to remove things that I don't necessarily care for to have in my game. Okay, so for example, I don't really care for the visualization, which means I just can go back on Decision Manager, and whenever we have this, I'm just going to comment it out. So basically, this, and this. Now, if you want to have this into your game, take my advice and check first, instead of pathfinding to any node, check first if it's a highlighted node around, and then basically detract the cost that we have saved on the visualized node. Okay, and pathfind to that instead of what we're doing over here. So the action costs are calculated based on what the node already says from that algorithm instead of a star. So clear that. And okay, now we don't have the highlights. Now I want to do something else now, and I want to do some more pathfinding, but in this case it's going to be context-based pathfinding. For example, I want to go over here and I want to know if I can actually jump down. Oops, we did have a highlight. Okay, so we probably forgot. Yeah, we forgot to save. That's what we forgot to do. Okay, so ignore that. So as I was saying, I want to know if I am on the edge of this or if it's the opposite way. If I'm over here, if I can jump down. How far we can jump down, that's entirely up to us. We don't really care. So here's what we're going to check. We're going to go onto the Pathfinder, because it is of course pathfinding as well. Let's open up Pathfinder Master. Let's collapse all of this. And actually, you know what? Let's not do this in the Pathfinder, because we are going to have to need access to the grid. But let me check one thing. Yeah, we do have it over here. So we're just going to do this on the grid manager. Let's close the Pathfinder calls. Tile management. I can't comment all of this out, and I will, but that's entirely for my game. Okay, again, if you want to use this, it's entirely up to you. Well, it's not that it's bad, it's not something I visualize for my game, and everyone is working with what he has in mind, or he or she. So, okay, we have our game actions, management. I do want to have a call. Actually, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make this a little bit or a lot more dynamic. So we're going to create an ability framework, which each ability is going to be responsible for checking if it can be run on the node you are in. So this will allow us to have a lot more flexibility. So let's open up let's create a new folder over here, which we're going to say abilities. Or you can just say node abilities. Why not? Node abilities. And I'm going to create a script node ability and open it up. Now I'm going to show you some really cool things in this one and how you can use this. But first of all, I'm going to say public abstract class node ability. Okay, I don't want the node ability class just by itself. I just want to be able to abstract the method and create other things. Now, first of all, I need to know on abstract void on node, or check if ability is valid. We need to know the node we are currently in and we need to know who is going to perform that ability. Technically, it's always going to be the current node on the character, but we are not losing anything if we are also passing that. Then, of course, we need to also say what's going to happen on that ability when we are executing. Execute node grid character, and I think we might be needing to pass the decision manager as well, but we'll see how we can handle this. So let's go and create our first ability. Ability, node abilities, node ability. Create jump down ability. Delete all of this. Create this and okay, implement the abstract class. So first thing is what we're doing over here. We have our node, which is that node above, and then we also have our, well, basically we can just add things from over here. For example, let's think. Now I do need the decision manager for this, which means let's pass the decision manager as well. It's not really going to be that much of an issue. Decision manager. Okay. Decision manager. Then save it. Oh, and on the execute, yeah, as well. Let's pass that on the execute as well. Okay, so we have our current node. Then for each node we have around us, for x1 equals, and this -1, and for y equals, or well, minus, not y, z, -1, 1. We're going to be getting the node around us. So let's rename this to current node. So I can do this. Decision manager, get grid manager, get node x plus current node dot x, z plus current node dot z, and we also need the y, so that will be current node dot y. Okay. If that node is not null, so let's say if node is null, continue, we don't care. And if x is 0 and z is 0, that means we are on the current node, so continue, we don't care as well. And then we can start checking a few things. First of all, we need to check if we can walk onto him. So I'm going to say above node, that will be decision manager, grid manager, get node, node.x, node.y plus 1, node.z. Okay, if above node is not there, you can't walk onto that node. Okay, so continue. If node dot is not there as well, and actually if node is there, node dot is there, continue, yeah, okay, we don't care what happens on the next. We could group this a little bit more, but I think we're going to have a little bit more modular. We're going to have a lot more abilities with this, because each ability will know what it needs to check and so on. So anyway, so okay, and if it's not air, so that means this is air. And below node, n.x, n.y -1, node.z, and if below node dot is not there, then you can jump down. Okay, another thing you can do, you can say node, yeah, okay, let's do for y equals, let's say 4, so y -4, if below node is not null, if below node is null, however, then that means break everything, so basically just return if this is on the else, because actually not return, continue on the next one, on the next, but we actually want next of this, so just do a break on the for loop, on this for loop, so it's going to continue on the rest. Okay, so if below node is not null and below node it's not there, you can run this ability on this node. So let's say break, we're going to do a break and we're going to say debug.log can jump down. Okay, now we need to know where exactly we are using this ability, but to do that we're going to say main menu node abilities jump down ability. Okay, then on the grid character I'm going to add just an array, or it can be a list, whatever, or you know what, because this is going to be a character trait who can do whatever, we're going to do a public list node ability abilities, or node abilities to be more precise. And yeah, okay, it doesn't really need to be a list, but whatever. So on the move action, let's see where are we moving, or on the move path it's a state action, so we can just go onto actions, move character on path, and when we are changing a node and when we are reaching the final node, so this one, we're going to go through character, we're going to do a for loop, and we're going to say c.character.nodeAbilities.count, c.character.nodeAbilities.check check if ability is valid. The node is of course c.currentNode, grid character will be c, decision manager, I think we have it above, and we do, and we're going to add that. Okay, so let's go minimize that and let's go to our data, which means we can go onto our data folder, onto our characters, or we can, yeah, okay, let's add it inside our characters folder, node abilities, of course it's per character, and we can just say node abilities jump down ability, and on the first character, both of these characters are going to be are using the same one, so I don't really worry for that, jump down ability. I'm going to hit play, and we're going to have to move. I'm first going to move, I'm not going to move on the edge, I'm going to move on this one. And as you can see on the console, we don't really get anything because, of course, we can't jump anywhere near us. If we move first, though, we still can't jump anywhere near us. Okay, so let's start debugging. Index, current path, okay. Node abilities. Check if ability is valid. Jump down ability. Maybe we are breaking this too soon. I don't really know. Let's see. Well, let's put a debug log in here as well. And say debug log below node is error. And let's see if that gets called. Hit play. Actually, you know what? We should just put a breakpoint in here. And let's start again because we added a breakpoint. Okay, go over here and I'm just going to move on the edge. Okay, so we are here. We are on the first node. We are getting the node, of course. Then step over is not null, is not air, so this is false. Okay, so it's actually air in this case. Continues, then on the next continues. Let's see if we ever going to pass this. That's there. Continue. Okay. Continue. 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 So now we're going above. As you can see, we found a node that is there, and we are first checking if there is an above node. Is true, so we are going to pass that as well, and now we are start looking onto the below nodes. Below node, and this is actually wrong because this also looks diagonally, so we're going to fix that as well. So below node is null for now. On the next one, below node is null again. Oh, damn it. This needs to be -y, and also we should remove the diagonal position. So if x not equals 0 and z not equals 0, continue as well. Okay, now we're going into very specific cases of pathfinding, as you can see. That's why I don't want to handle all of that inside the Pathfinder, because it's going to be really crazy, really fast. I was going to say like my ex-wife, but I was never married, so I don't have an ex-wife. So, okay, as you can see now, below node is there. You can't jump down. So, the idea is this is going to be enabling a button, or the ability, of course, which means it's going to give you basically it's going to be able to allow you to jump down. Now, let's do one small another ability, but first I'm going to bring this guy. Character. I'm going to bring this guy maybe over here, below the other guy. So let's go again and let's create another ability. Create class. So jump down ability, I'm going to say knockout ability. Probably you're already seeing where this is going. And let's copy all of this because it's going to be really similar. Create asset menu, okay. Knockout ability, and I think we have it with capital O. Knockout ability. Let's change the name over here. Okay, so instead of doing all of this, we're going to remove this too. Okay, and going to be checking if that node has a character, and if that character is, or the owner is not the same owner as my own character, then has knockout. So if you want to do stealth kills, or if you're making a game that has stealth kills or stuff like that, yeah, of course, knockout, you could also just, highlight the player and it will give you that. But I just want to showcase the node abilities in this one. And because, as you can see, we basically just did a copy paste and it worked just fine. And yeah, we need to also add the node ability into the character. Node abilities, knockout ability. No, oops, let's jump down. Knockout is this. Hit play. Just going to walk right next to him, and you can see that we detect that there is a guy over there, and then we're going to enable an icon, and from that icon we're going to say you can go up. Okay, for this one, because if we are over here, we're now missing him because we're doing a cross, we could just remove this as well. So this will just take into account the diagonal positions as well. So that's how we can do different abilities based on the context that we are in. For example, we have jump down. Right away you are going to think that we're also going to have a climb up. So let's create the climb up, because why not? Class more behavior. Climb up ability. Climb up ability. We are going to do to especially jump down and climb up is abilities that I do want to use in my game, so we're going to see them a lot later, so don't worry if we're not fleshing them out all that much. So I'm just going to copy this and just going to paste this in here. Now let's see, let's rename this to current node as well. Sorry for that. And instead of looking down, we're going to start looking up. So well, first of all, we need to know if we need to go one step above actually. So this is wrong. So I'm going to say node. We do have the current node. We need to find first the above node, which means we're going to do Fusion Manager, yeah, Grid Manager, get node, current node.x, current node.y plus 1, current node.z. Here's a thing, and here's a problem that arises. actually no, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a for loop for the y, and we're just going to say we can only climb up 2 nodes above us. It's a decent number. And then we're going to just add the y over here. Okay, I'm going to remove this. Yeah, we don't need it. So I'm going to say if above node is not null, or if it's null, basically return, because you can't really do the ability, you probably reach the end of the grid. But if it is an actual node, we're going to do yeah, we're now going to need a for x minus 1 equals 1, okay, and z minus, yeah, damn it, minus 1 equals 1, okay. I'm going to do the same thing. So if x equals 0 and z equals 0, return, continue, not return, continue, okay. So now we're going to get the nodes from the above node. So node n equals above node dot y, what am I doing? Session manager, get node above node dot x plus x above node dot y, or just y, or actually no, above node dot y, and above node dot z plus z if node is not null, or better yet, if node is null, continue. Also here, if above node dot is not there, obviously you cannot walk into air, you cannot climb through a wall, unless you can, you know, I'm not judging. And okay, then if node dot is not there, in this case, then debug.log, you can climb onto this node. So I think we might need a little bit more clarification for this. So here's the thing. Okay, we have our grid. It's a 3D grid. This is the side view of our 3D grid. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can't do that. So this is the side view. This is supposed to be, you should think our grid as 3-dimensional. Of course it's 3-dimensional, but you should think it like it has volumes. Okay, this is the side. And let's say we are into this one. Come on. Oh, damn it. Let's say browses this. Okay, we are onto this node, and we want to, yeah, this is horrible. We want to climb up. Okay, 2 nodes. So the first node, I'm going to check what we have written over here. Let's say, let's make it black. We first check if the above us is air. If it is air, then we check what's next to him on three directions, both left, right, you know, so on. Okay, if this one is air or is walkable, then you can climb onto this. Basically you can jump, you can do this. Then going one more step upwards, we're going to do the same thing, and if this is actually walkable, we're going to be able to do this. However, for us to be able to walk onto them, it means that we need to be it means that this too needs to be air, and either this or this to have something on them. Okay, so this needs to be walkable, which means if I think we can just check if is walkable onto this. So if node is walkable, you can climb onto this node. Let's keep it with this one, and we'll see what else we need to do. Let's say climb up node abilities, climb up ability. Okay, now minimize that. Let's go and create those abilities. Now these abilities could just as well be, you know, scripts instead of scriptable objects, and we might actually do it like that, but I think it's a little bit more dynamic if we do it like this. Okay, climb up ability, and plus you could just, you know, remove abilities from a character if you don't want a character to be able to climb up. Maybe he's pretty old. Okay, maybe somebody's a ninja, so he can climb up more than one, so he can climb up more tiles than another character. All of that is something that you can use. So let's play this guy. When we first start, we should be running those abilities as well, but we're not going to do it right now. Okay, so didn't run the ability, which means we can just go over here, put a debug log breakpoint. We're going to attach it into Unity, and we're going to just, oops, this needs to be this should be if the above node is not there. Yeah, okay, this will be return. Okay, attach, hit play. For this one is easy because we only have one point where we can climb. Okay, or I think we actually have 3 points where we can climb. We'll see. So above node is not there. What? Oh, yeah, I know what happens. The y plus 0, it's the current node. So this is the current node. So this needs to be 1. And this can be equals. Okay, that's why we had that error. Let's say attach to Unity. Again. Let's do it again. Hit play. And then move this guy onto this. So above node is there. Awesome. We're checking left and right, of course. Then we are checking for the above node, and the above node is not walkable. That is because we have 2 floors to go. That's why. And let's see. Then the next one. We need to eliminate also diagonals into this one. We're going to do it. Don't worry. It's walkable. Now, this is the first, we're still on the first floor. That's why these are running just keeping, because the first floor above us is basically has the wall and it's all air, so it's not walkable. Let's keep moving on until we reach the next iteration of this. Okay, then grid manager, we need to of course find and remove the diagonals. The first one, I think it's going to be a diagonal. The second one, it's going to be the forward one, most likely, so it's going to ignore it. Actually the second one was that. Yeah, okay. Then this. Now the second one might actually be what we need. Let's see. If I can go too fast, we might pass it. So we passed all of it. Let's see. Do we got this? No, we didn't. Actually, let's break this. No, actually, we find 3 of them. 3 of nodes we can climb, and you know what? Let's say we want to check if we could. We want to highlight those nodes. So here's what I'm going to do for now. I'm just going to do game object, geo, game object, create primitive. Let's do a capsule because we don't have any capsules, so it's going to be easy to distinct. Position equals node dot wall position. Let's remove the diagonals, however. So I'm going to say if x not equals 0 and z not equals 0, continue, and let's do the same thing for the nodes that we can jump down. Okay, let's see, get node, can jump down. Okay, so that should be the below node dot wall position. We don't need this anymore. So I'm going to bring this guy up so we can also visualize the jump node down, and that guy can stay over there. So okay, let's see, we go over there and boom, we can jump down to that and turn. Boom, we can climb up to that node. Awesome. So I hope you can see how having frameworks, having abilities, and having all of those can actually help us, well, actually makes our life so much easier. And we do have an error. What's this? What's this? Well, that's a little bit silly. Don't know why it's doing this, but it might be, yeah, I don't know. Luckily, we don't really care that much because it's not really it's on the unwalkable path, so whatever. Anyway, so okay, so this what will also fix is, let's say we have a guy that just sits. Yeah, how should we test this, however? I'm just going to take one of these. I'm going to add the box collider. It's not going to be, yeah, anyway. And I'm going to add a grid obstacle, grid object, and I'm going to say it's walkable. Let's see what this is going to do. Actually, no, that's not going to work as I want to, because as you can see, this is walkable, but it also makes walkable the side ones. Anyway, I can showcase this as well, but let's just move this over here, and I'm just going to move this character. Let's close this first, and I'm going to move this character on top of this, so he's sitting over there. But we need to run the ability checks when we first init the character. So on init, register character, okay, where do we clamp this, however? Or I can hit on select. Okay, I'm just going to do this on select, and I'm going to say for character, actually let's, public void check node abilities for I character dot node abilities dot count character dot node, damn it, character dot node abilities dot I dot check if ability available current node. This, yeah, we do need the session manager, so just do session manager dot, don't have the singleton, damn it. Let's see, do we have the owner? Have the season manager? No. State manager? Season manager? No. Damn it. Yeah, so we can run this over here. Is the grid manager a singleton though? It's not. Okay, well, and yeah, I don't actually want to do it like this, so I'm just going to say select jump down ability, check node abilities. Let's just pass the season manager over here and pass that as well. Okay, check if ability is enabled, but on select we do have the interface. So here's what we're going to say. I'm going to go on I selectable, not quick action, pick definition, I selectable, season manager, SM. Okay, and down here on select, season manager, SM, check node abilities. Damn it. Check node abilities. SM. Let's maybe rename this check node abilities for this player, for character. Okay. Check if ability is valid, then okay, that's going to run all of that. Now it means we just need to check where we are checking this, the on select. This is probably throw us an error over here. Okay, so this is a move action. This is an action. So if we just pass SM, because we are running this on do action, it's going to run that as well. Awesome. So minimize that. I think we should be fine without errors. We'll minimize that. So technically this now should showcase all the nodes around him that you could jump down. We are going to have to fix a little bit more of this, but whatever, we're going to do it. So hit play, and when I select this guy, you can see that it basically shows me the nodes I can jump down to. So I hope you are seeing where I'm going with this and what we can do with all of this, but it's something we're going to see on, yeah, we're going to keep building on this. We still have a huge amount of work to do. So let's finish with this part. As always, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and if you like to see this to actually be worked upon and, you know, keep continuing doing all of these cool things we're doing, then your support is really much appreciated and needed. The way you can support me, of course, is via Patreon, and you also get additional rewards depending on your tiers. I'll see you on the next one.